Hello dear students. In our lesson today, we're going to deal with grammar. More specifically, we're going to talk about the past tenses. So, what are the past tenses? Past simple, past continuous, past perfect, used to. Alright, let's not waste time and let's start. First of all, past simple. I played. How is it formed? We have the main verb, play, for example, and the ending ed, played. Or another example, we have walk and the ending ed. So always a simple verb and then the ending ed, if it is a regular verb. If it is irregular, it has its own form. So, for example, the verb find in the past becomes found. So, I found, you found, he, she, it found, we found, you found, they found. It doesn't change in all the pronouns. Let's go and see the negative form. I didn't walk. So we have did not. Short, didn't. I didn't walk. As we can see, there is no more ending, no more ed now, because we have the auxiliary verb, the simple, the helping verb, did not. So, I did not, I didn't, and simple verb, walk. Or, you didn't find, not found, in the affirmative, simple form, found. Now that we put negative, didn't, we can see that it is in its simple present form. Didn't find. Don't forget that. And it's the same in I, you, he, she, it, in all the pronouns. Interrogative. When we want to ask, again we're going to use did. So, did I walk? Did you walk? Did he find? Did she find? So we put did in the beginning and then our simple verb. If we want to answer shortly, did you walk? Yes, I did. So we answer in the same way that we ask the question. We ask with did, we answer with did. Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. What are those small words that show us the time? And we know that we're going to use the past simple. For example, it is stated that something happened yesterday, or it happened, let's say, last week, last month, or it happened 2 days ago. So in the past, the time that something happened is stated. We know when it happened. And we see an example. I met my friend yesterday. So, it's the verb meet. In the past, it becomes met. When? Yesterday. So, I know that it happened yesterday. Alright, let's practice now. Practice means you find the correct answer and then we check together. So past simple. He, the verb is save his work, turn off his computer and go to bed. This happened in the past. I am telling you that, I am stating you that. So, what did he do? He saved ed, it is regular, his work, put it in the past, turned off his computer and then went to bed. So what do we have here? We have some actions that happened one after the other. So one of the uses of the past simple is that we have actions that happen one after the other. Another example. Max collects stamps when he was a teenager. So it's something that he did in the past. He doesn't do it anymore. So put the verb in the past, ed in the end. So Max collected, ed, stamps. And we said that it's something that somebody did in the past and he doesn't do it anymore. It's a past habit. Let's move on. Beethoven, the verb is compose, many symphonies. Put it in the past. So Beethoven, what did he do? He composed. But when we're talking about a person that is no longer alive, of course we're going to use the past simple because we cannot find this again. This action cannot be repeated since he is not alive. A powerful storm, the verb is break. Put it in the past. It is not regular, don't forget. So, the storm broke. So the verb break in the past, broke out last night. So we know when it happened, last night. It, the verb is cause. It caused, ed, caused damage to several buildings. So we have something that happened in the past, the storm, and we have the result also in the past. The result is that it caused a lot of damage. So we saw 4 different sentences with 4 different uses of the past. All of them happen in the past. We know when they happen because they are finished. They are done as actions. All right. We finished with the past simple. Let's go and see now the past continuous. Whenever you hear a continuous form, past continuous, present continuous, it means that the action continues, has a duration. And if it has a duration, it is always with an ing form. ing. So, past continuous. I was. So, we have the verb to be in the past. I was, you were. And our verb in ing. I was playing. You were playing. He was playing. They were playing. So it doesn't change. The verb is in ing, but we change the verb to be. I was, you were. So, verb to be in the past and ing in the verb. What about the negative? I was not, I wasn't playing. You were not, you weren't playing. He was not, he wasn't playing. We were not, we weren't playing. If I want to ask a question, then I put the verb to be in the front. So we swap. Was I playing? Were you playing? Was he playing? Was she playing? Was it playing? Were we playing? And the short answers, we said if we ask with was, of course, this is how it's going to be answered. But we can say, were you playing last night? Yes, I was. I was, shortly. Or no, I wasn't, shortly again. Short answers, was or were, wasn't or weren't. Okay. The time expression, so those words that show us that we're going to use the past continuous are while, when, all day. So some expressions that show us that have a continuation, that have a duration. It happened for some time. So, yesterday at 9 o'clock, I was working. It doesn't mean that I worked just for 1 minute, but at this time, I was working. Past continuous has a duration. Okay, let's go now and practice, which means, again, you find the sentences and you try to find the answer. And also we can see the uses as well. It was Sunday morning. The sun, what was happening? The sun was shining. So we said the verb to be in the past was, and our verb in ing, shining. And Ben, what? Was doing some gardening. So we can see that we have a description of the setting. The sun was shining and some information. Ben was doing some gardening. Another use. While, the time expression that we use with past continuous. While I was doing what? While I was chopping an onion, so it was chop, double P, chopping. While I was chopping an onion, I cut my finger. So I was doing something, something was in progress, and something else interrupted it. I was chopping the onion when I cut my finger. So cut interrupts, stops this action that was in continuation. Ken, the verb is wash the dishes at 7 o'clock last night. So what was he doing at this specific time? Ken was washing. Was washing. All right. So we have an action that happens at a specific time in the past. And he listened to music while he drove. We have got two actions happening at the same time, happening simultaneously at the same time. So, he was listening to music, one action, while he, the other action happening at the same time, while he was driving. Again, we saw the past continuous and the uses of it that have, we said, a duration. It happened for some time. All right. One more tense that we have in the past is the past perfect. So, which is the difference? Past perfect. Something that I had done in the past before something else. So, how is it formed? With had. I had, and the past participle. I had played. I had done. I had taken. So, I plus had plus, if the verb is regular, played with an ed. If it is irregular, the past participle. The third verb in the 3 columns, the third one. If we have take, took, taken, taken is the past participle. I had taken, and it doesn't change. You had taken, they had taken. The negative form, I had not, or I hadn't taken. He had not, he hadn't taken. We had not, we hadn't taken, or we hadn't played. The question, interrogative form, put had in front. Had I played? Had you played? Had it played? Had they played? And the short answers, yes, I had, or no, for example, he hadn't. All right. Again, talking about the time expressions, we said that the past perfect refers to something that happened in the past but before something else. So, we have time expressions like before, after, by the time, already, just. Elizabeth was happy because she had just met her niece. She had just met. So had plus the verb meet in the past participle. Met. She had just met. That happened in the past. That's why she was happy. Okay. So the uses of the past perfect are two, and they are very, very clear. Claire, we're talking about sprain her ankle, and it was swollen. So something had happened to her. Claire had sprained. So had plus ed in our verb, it is regular. Had sprained. So we're talking about something that happened to her in the past, and we can see the result. This had happened in the past, and the result is in the past. Another use. Judy, the verb is do, all her chores by the time the children returned from school. So we have something that she had done before something else. So first, Judy had done all the chores, and then the children returned from home. So something that happened in the past before something else. All right. So we talked about past simple, something that happened in the past finished at a specific time. Past continuous, something that was in progress in the past at a specific time. And the past perfect, something that happened before something else in the past. Also, we're going to see used to. So, used to. When we want to talk about past states, things that happened in the past, but they don't happen anymore. So, he used to have 5 or 6 good friends. He used to have. He doesn't have anymore. Or, when we want to talk about things or actions that don't happen anymore, like he used to phone people from the phone in the sitting room. He used to do that, but he doesn't anymore. Be careful. We cannot use used to if something happened just once and it doesn't happen anymore, or it didn't happen again. For example, his parents, we have the verb buy. His parents bought him a camera. We are not going to say used to buy a camera, because they just bought the camera once for him, not many times. Okay, so you can also use used to describe actions that happened in the past, but they don't happen anymore. Now, we finished talking about the past tenses and used to. Revise the tenses and do as many exercises as possible. Goodbye.